Hey there guys, Tim here from Canada Tech TV. Today what I've got for you is a review of the Amazfit Stratus, or it's also known as Amazfit Pace 2. So there are a lot of different options today in 2018 for fitness trackers and smartwatches. It's not just Apple Watch and Fitbit anymore. So today we're going to take a look at the Amazfit Stratus that I've got on here coming up, so stay tuned. Alright, so as you can see, I've got the Amazfit Stratus on right now. The past couple days I've actually been using this third-party watch band that I got off of eBay, because mine came with the typical kind of leather, so I had kind of this nice leather band on mine. So I wanted to dress it down a little bit, so I picked up one of these for like $3 on eBay, and it came in a couple weeks. So I really like it. It's a little more comfortable for if you like actually sleep in the watch and stuff and use it for sleep tracking. So battery life is obviously going to fluctuate a little bit depending on what type of uses you have. If you have different settings on too, like there's a continuous heart rate setting that I have on, it's going to vary your battery life probably a little bit, but mine was pretty consistently about 5 days. It might have been a little bit shorter than 5 days or so. That's how long it would last for me, which in my opinion is pretty good. I'd just be able to throw it back on the charger then, and I'd be good for another, business week pretty much. And charging is actually pretty easy. You have a little charger that has a USB on one end, and then on the back there's a little strip that engages on the back of your watch. So you just snap it into that. It's a little plastic case, and then it's easy to just hook that up to a USB port somewhere, and you can charge it up pretty easily. I really like the look of this watch. It's got a cool like carbon fiber type look on the sides of it and on the main body, and it's got some cool buttons on the side in that too. I didn't actually try out the Amazfit Pace, the original, but if you go and take a look at some videos and other reviews and stuff like that, my friend Red Skull did one over at his channel. Basically you don't have the buttons and stuff, so this is kind of a little bit more of like a watch type feel, and this model probably looks a little bit more like an actual smartwatch versus kind of like your fitness tracker. As far as durability, I'm pretty impressed with it. I haven't taken it through the ringer with too much stuff, but I have worn it outside in the rain and stuff like that. I've played basketball with it on, I've ran with it on, worked out with it on, so I haven't had any like scares or any heavy impact or anything with it, but it's held up really well. There's no scratches on the front bezel there or anything, so I'm pretty happy with it. So there are some other settings too, like when you actually flip to look at it, it's gonna kick on and it'll kind of brighten up for you. I turned that off because of energy reasons. I kind of wanted to have the most battery life I could get from it. The other thing is, if you do wear this while you're sleeping, I was running into the issue where I'd kind of turn and roll over, and just pulling on sheets or something would turn it on, and it's kind of gonna brighten up a little bit at night. As far as the watch faces go, there are different variations on there that you can actually change from either the app, or you can actually change it just from the watch itself, which is pretty cool. So I haven't tried to go in and actually do any experimentation of kind of uploading different watch faces, kind of third-party ones or anything like that. But you can, there's a feature on there where if you have a certain picture, and it seems like it's only compatible with some of the watch faces, but you can basically upload a picture, and then that will be the watch background, and then you can pick maybe a handful, not all of the different variations, but you can kind of pick one of their styles and then go kind of on top of that picture that you upload. And it's been great in that, having the step tracking, and it will tell you how many flights you've done in a day and all that kind of stuff. So it does have all those typical fitness tracker capabilities. You also do have the app on your phone, where then you can see if you go on a run in that, it'll tell you kind of on here when the GPS kicks on, and you can kind of see whether you're doing an activity. Soccer, I think, is what I was using for when I was playing basketball. There's a couple of things I'd kind of like to see. I'm not quite sure how big of a variation there is between activities, but like there's not a basketball in the activities on here, but they have like open water swimming, indoor running, outdoor running. You've got soccer, tennis, and you can kind of pick which arm you're using. But I'd like to have something like, for basketball right now, I'm just putting it as soccer. And it'll kind of tell you how many calories you're burning and stuff. The GPS will kick on, and you can actually see, like when I'm at the basketball court, it's just a big circle, squiggly lines kind of going around in a circle, but you can track your runs and stuff like that and actually look at it in the app on the phone as well. Also, having the weather on your wrist is very convenient. This is my first actual true smartwatch. I do some other budget smart trackers and smartwatches and stuff, but this is my true, like, kind of legit smartwatch. So it's really cool having that on your wrist, and if you're wanting to know what the weather is going to be, you can just really pull it up. You hit one button, kind of swipe over, and it's right there on my wrist, and I can see the weekly forecast. So one of the other really cool things about this watch is that you have the sleep tracking, and then you also have the vibration alarm that you can set with this. So I've been using this for the past like 3-4 weeks now, using this as my main option for waking up. So try to get away from using a traditional alarm clock and like your cell phone blaring you awake in the morning. I kind of like having the vibration to kind of wake you up. So you will get sleep tracking numbers there. It'll give you kind of light sleep and deep sleep. So you'll kind of be able to see that, and I found it to be pretty accurate. It's typically a good representation of kind of what I get for the week, and it's kind of showing me that going through the week, Thursday to Friday, my sleep kind of tanks down, and I always end up getting a headache usually at the end of the week, probably because of the lack of sleep. So it can definitely help you track your sleep a little bit better. So this will track your heart rate kind of as you're doing things, especially if you have it on that continuous heart rate. But you can actually go in, so if you're actually going to exercise, you can go in here and then basically go under the sports there, and then this is where you can kind of pick what you're about to do. So there's soccer, tennis, skiing, triathlon, trail run, climb, elliptical, indoor cycling, running indoor, open water, pool swim, cycling for outdoors, walking, and running. So if you're about to do that, you can kind of pick one of these. So if I hit run, what's going to do is then it'll come up, it'll give you an option to hit go here, and then it will connect to the GPS, and it'll let you know that you're connected to the GPS and you're good to go. So it'll show you like your mileage, your current heart rate, your pace, and different factors like that. It'll kind of give you then like your average speed and stuff. It'll vibrate to let you know, like right now, that it's telling me the GPS is available there. It also will show you things like your elevation gain and loss, your calories, therapeutic effect of the exercise. There's actually a little GPS route on the watch face that you can see as you're actually running too, that'll show you kind of your path that you're taking. So this does use the Amazfit watch app. It'll kind of show you, there's like a hub in here to pretty much show you all the different things that you can kind of access on the watch. You know, it's a little bit easier than more laid out to see on here. You can kind of look at your heart rate, you can look at your sleep. It'll track and kind of sync everything between the watch and between your phone just over Bluetooth, so it's pretty easy. I do not use Strava personally, but there is a link on here. Under the settings, you can actually add a Strava account so that you can kind of connect it to this as well if you're into that. You can kind of control app permissions for what apps will be able to send notifications and stuff like that. You can also change the units and things like that as well. There's also this really cool widget and app management screen where you can basically change the order of your apps and stuff. So it'll kind of change the layout on your actual watch face. So you can kind of put the weather up front, the alarm up front, whatever you want to do. You can also pick kind of how they're going to display. You can also kind of check these little boxes here and say if you don't want one to have its own little page, you can basically uncheck it and it'll kind of just be aggregated at the very end with a couple of the other apps and that you don't feel are quite as important or you don't want to take up quite as much space. So the other cool thing is that you actually have a music section on here where you can connect it to the USB and you can actually import songs to this device. So you actually have them on here, kind of taking out the necessity of having to have your phone with you. So you can then pair by Bluetooth to earbuds or headphones, and you can actually listen with just the watch and then your actual earbuds or headphones. So guys, let me know down there in the comments below if this is a watch that you're looking into, or if not, kind of what other smartwatch you have, if any. So this is a really cool option if you're looking for a smartwatch or a smart fitness tracker and you don't want the typical Apple Watch or Fitbit. You can kind of customize it with different bands and things like that. They're also pretty cheap and readily available from a third-party source as well. I really like the look of it. I've gotten compliments on it already and people have been asking me about it. So I'm gonna put the link down here below in the description so you can check it out there if you're really interested in it. And thanks to Amazfit, they did send this out to me, so I really appreciate it. It's been a pleasure being able to try it out and test it over the past few weeks here, and I'm definitely going to be using it going forward, and it's going to replace my Casio vibration watch that I've been using. If you guys have any more questions, make sure definitely let me know down there in the comments below. Over here at Candid Tech TV, I do weekly tech review videos, so I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button right down here below. Also make sure to hit that little bell notification to make sure you don't miss any of my newest content coming out. If you like the logo back here, I have t-shirts and stuff like that at Teespring, and that link down there below. But thank you guys for watching with me here today, and you guys take care until the next one.